Hey guys, Mr. E here, and as you just saw in that clip, we are doing Bleed Explosion today. This is a glitched slash bug slash maybe even intentional interaction between the bolt pistol and the dog's cyber explosion, whatever it's called. These two have this sort of perfect synergy together that ends up with just a awesome fun interaction, and I discovered this while I was testing weapons for my range weapon arsenal video yesterday. Immediately I knew I had to make this a gimmick build. I have to make a build around this, and I have to run it in Havoc, Havoc 30 to 40. And I did do that, and honestly, it's pretty damn good. It's in a similar vein to like Grenade Veteran. What's up, Big Dom? Because you are reliant for big portions of your damage on getting solid detonations on those dog explosions. And because you get one every single minute and you start with 3, you're looking at like 35 plus per game, a very solid amount, and a skilled player is going to use those at the right time. And that's not even to mention that we do still have pretty competent ranged and melee weapons. The bolt pistol isn't a bad weapon on its own. It's a very good sniper. It's a very good like flak and even carapace killer. And then the shock maul is a very powerful single-handed weapon here. And we're going to talk about how these interact with the build and what the build is. It shouldn't take very long. But before any of that, can I bother you to subscribe? We've been growing tremendously lately, and if you want to catch more builds like this and see more fun interactions, I'm certain there's more to explore out there. I've got tons more content coming your way, so subscribe and stay tuned. Appreciate you. Okay, let's get into it. As I said, the talent tree is going to be very similar to another build that I just recently put out, the Houndmaster build, so we'll focus mostly on the weapons and how they work. So the shock maul here is simply for giving us the extra damage taken to bosses. The Skull Crusher blessing increases targets damage taken, so that means that the explosions the dog does to them and the bleeds are going to create lots and lots of damage. And this allows us this build to be a pretty solid bosser because the bolt pistol can apply bleeds on its own even without a dog detonation. And that is sort of the cornerstone of the melee focus of the build, is just getting that damage amplification. Now we can also use the Crusher. The Crusher is a really solid weapon that has low base stats, but once its Slaughterer buff is stacked up and once Skull Crusher is on the target, it starts to really hurt the enemies like a lot. And it has a bugged, again another crazy weird bugged interaction where it can apply Skull Crusher multiple times to enemies, and this can lead to even more increased damage. Now personally for me, I'm just so comfortable with the shock maul. I love the little shock cattle prod attack action because it can get rid of like bulwark shields and all that good stuff. It does a lot of damage to Captain Shield as well, so I've just gotten comfortable with this. But both of these weapons will work for that purpose of stacking the additional damage taken for bosses and other targets. Alright, going on to the range weapon. This is the focus of the build. This is what allows the build to do what it does. This blessing right here, Puncture. Ranged hits add 4 stacks of bleed to enemies. So the problem, or the reason that this interacts in such a weird way, is because remote detonation counts as a ranged attack, and every tick of the electrocution effect counts as a ranged hit. In the same way that every hit from Voltaic Mandibles counts as a attack hit for stacking of justified measures and for stacking of hold the line, every tick of that electricity damage that comes out, which comes out pretty quick, stacks 4 stacks of bleeds on the enemy. So when you detonate it, you have to have this gun out, and then it will detonate and it will stack those bleeds up very quickly on the surrounding targets. You'll immediately stack everything that's in the radius to 16 stacks, and then you can put the gun away. But outside of that, this is a really powerful sniping weapon. We are putting Unyielding and Flak on here because these are the 2 types of enemies that we are counter sniping against, like Reapers and Gunners, and it also allows us to do some pretty sizable boss damage as well because of those bleeds. And Lethal Proximity is going to increase the explosion radius, including of the dog. From my testing, it seems like that actually does work, and it makes the point-blank shots cause that explosion, and that means that you can actually collateral like multiple enemies, and it also increases the stagger that they do. Okay, going on and looking at curios, toughness, stamina, with combat ability regen, stamina regen, and then the last one is up to you to pick. Let's look at the talents here. If you recently watched my Houndmaster build, this should look very familiar to you. Now, the Goal up here is just to get some extra toughness regen for us by hitting enemies. We've got the dog around us, so we can get some regen there, and then remote detonation obviously is the star of the show here. Over here on the left, since the dog is going to be doing a lot of work here, he's going to be picking up kills using voltaic mandibles and giving us K9 morale, which is extra toughness damage reduction. Every time he kills an elite, he's going to be giving us that additional 25% damage resistance for 5 seconds, which is very often. Concussive here is working in tandem with our shock maul in order to amplify the damage that even bosses take, and we will just chunk through them very, very quickly with that at hand. Suppression Protocol is going to give us more toughness damage reduction, especially when we hit 3 or more enemies with an attack, right? There's lots and lots of things that count as attacks in this game. This doesn't say melee attack, this doesn't say range attack, it just says attack. So it can be the dog that manages to hit 3 or more enemies, it can be this detonation, it can be sweeping strikes, whatever it is. Come down here, we grab Unleash Brutality. Now you can make it an option to go with Go Get 'em here if you want the dog to be more range focused, but since we are in execution order, Keystone, I really prefer him to go for these highlighted targets, and these are the highlighted targets right here. So he's going to go for only the targets that we are highlighting with specialists and elites. Break the Line, Commendation, and Targeted Brutality. Honestly, all this over here is just to keep our survivability up. We don't need anything except for good survivability in order to just let the dog do what he does. It's very cool that like you can just honestly bring this pistol and bring dog detonation, and you have pretty much the entire functionality of that detonation effect. So the pistol is the only thing we need to trade out. So we can have the strongest build otherwise. Break the Line with lots and lots of cooldowns so the dog is doing maximal damage, and then all of this looks pretty much the same as my Houndmaster build. If you didn't check that out, go check it out. It's a pretty damn good build, especially if you really like the dog functions. But we are adding in Monstrosity Hunter, and coming all the way down here, we're adding in Keeping Protocol. So we have an additional 50% increased boss damage, which is going to increase our bleeds and all sorts of stuff against these bosses, so we can really, really melt through them. So we can be a pretty good bosser as well as a horde clearer. And that's everything for the build, guys. So I hope you go out in there and have fun with it before it gets nerfed. If it gets nerfed, who knows? And leave down in the comments if you found any other really cool interactions you think I should explore and perhaps make a build around. And here is some gameplay footage of me getting some absolutely massive detonations on the enemies. I'm still learning. I could get some better ones, but damn, these felt really, really good. So enjoy. Bye.
Move! This horde does stop if you hold onto the stairs. It will, but I mean, it doesn't matter either way. Dropping.
I find myself surprised at your skill and ability. Most gratifying! Heavy weapons, colleagues! Heavy gunner sighted!
Grab the other charge.
My bad. I thought you were talking to me. I will not touch any more ammo for the rest of the game.
stockpile at the candy station on the Stratum. We'll be breaking it. Secure the area, identify the gear, and get it aboard the retrieval Valkyries. Understood?
There's an ammo bag back here.
Skyfire defenses offline. We've only got one shot at this.
Target acquired.
Pick up to your full, and I'll pick up if there's any left.
Have I not the music?